Good evening, everybody. Oh,
Good evening.
um, we're here once again for Live with YAA. And if you're here for the first time, we have YAA Foda, the author of Reflections for a Thirsty Soul.
Hello.
And then we have with
Our Canadian Amma. Come on now.
Canadian Ama. I was torn between say Shay and Ama Joe. So Canadian Ama, yes. And
Because
then
we have,
myself.
and your beautiful self. Because we have is it Unite? We have Amma is where? No more in London, right?
No.
Dubai or somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have the
Okay,
Dubai
so
Amma.
Canadian Ama. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. And myself, yeah, Boatima Boatin Russell. We're going to continue our talk on Dear Woman, God Sees You in Your Brokenness. So I'll read the intro and then we'll continue on. We'll continue with the broken woman because there are different kinds of women.
Okay, I'm just going to share into
So
some
dear
groups.
women, God sees you in your brokenness, pain, hurt, brokenness, frustration, fear, and anxiety. When your heart is broken into so little many pieces, like shards of glass, hand over those pieces to the Lord. Only He can put the pieces back together. He's the soothing balm needed. Who can comfort you like He does? Oh, you broken woman, fret no longer. He sees you. He's the Jehovah Elroy who saw Hagar in all her desolation and anguish. Will He not see you? So last week we talked about the tired woman, the abused woman, the perfectionist, the lonely woman, the people pleaser, the go-getter. Yeah, the go-getter was the last one we talked about, and that was one interesting one. So today we'll continue with the woman whose body is broken by physical and or mental sickness. He knows the depths of your despair, pain, and the torment coming against your mind. Sees you. So the broken woman, physically, mentally. How do women get there? Um, Auntie,
Well, what I'm going to say is that, we owe it to ourselves, every human being, man or woman, right, to
right?
keep ourselves healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow or other, we forget to do that. And it might be one of many things. Maybe you're just too busy. And you could fall into any of these categories we've talked about previously. If you're a
Right,
people pleaser, you've forgotten about yourself, and all you do is just run around trying to make life better for everybody.
right,
And so we tend to forget ourselves, most women anyway, broadly
yeah,
speaking, right?
yeah,
Um, and if you're not careful, or if you're in a situation where you don't know who you are and you're in a relationship, your self-esteem can be so beaten down, so eroded that if you are not careful, it will lead you into some of these things. Because I've watched many programs, I've heard many of our people, our women, talking about this, that women don't take care of themselves, or
Yeah.
they don't think they are good enough to have good things, good stuff, have a good
Yeah.
relationship, be respected. So the more you give away of yourself, it gets to a point you don't even know um, who you are anymore, and
Yeah.
it can lead to mental issues. And I'm aware it happens. You know, it's happened in my own family, so I know. Yeah, it's.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So that's what you're saying, like people pleaser and all that.
Mhm.
Does it have to do also with like taking care of your family? Does it fall
Yes,
into that kind? Yeah.
yes, because there are some women that they feel because of how, nowadays, even when I talk about our culture, I even feel like I've whipped that horse to death. There's a certain expectation of us, "Oh, woman, this is what you're supposed to do," or body. And there are even women who tell you that, why do you let your husband cook? I'm the woman, I have to cook. And if you are going to do everything, you're going to break down, especially in the environments in which we live. If you work 10-hour shifts, even seven, the common, even if you're a part-time worker and you're working 4 hours, can you imagine? You still get tired. Then you come home, you have to come and face home duties. I'll use
Yeah.
myself as an example. Since March, I've been working at home. Before, when I closed, I used to get a break because I pack up my things, go run to the bathroom, go to the train, sit in the train, read, or just look at the scenery. Get out at the train station. I go and get on my little bus, drive home. It gives you time to prepare yourself, to remove yourself from the work environment, and then
Right.
move into the home. But
Right.
now you are at home. You are sitting at home working. Sometimes even they forget you are working. Okay, you could be in meetings,
Hmm.
there's TV on, it's disturbing you. You have to say, hey, do you mind turning that down? I'm in a meeting. So all these dynamics, right? So like when we talk about mental health, really, sometimes um we have to be grateful to God, because this happened. I was in a class, actually Pastor P's class, and we were talking about life, and it came into my mind, and I'm looking around because I gave an example that I've been having problems with my neck. So last week when I went to see my doctor, he made me go do an x-ray, and then also he gave me two meds, and they make me so drowsy. So for about a week,
Oh.
I haven't been able to. He told me that I have to take some time off work. So I only just worked a few days towards the end of this last week, and then I'm on break now till January 4th. So I was standing in the kitchen when this came through my mind, and I said I had explained even in that class, in that on that call, that you know I've been at home, and I haven't been able to go anywhere, but I'm at home and I'm not feeling like I'm going crazy. Like I have my things to do and this and that. So when I thought through
Mhm.
it, I said, a lot has happened to a lot of people since this thing happened, this
Yeah.
pandemic came,
Yeah.
and it's affecting a lot of mental health. So we need
Exactly.
to be grateful, right? All I'm trying to say is that it doesn't take much
Hmm.
to get there, because you are used to going to work, having your routine. Now you are stuck at home. How many people can manage that? So why I'm
Yeah.
talking about this, or trying to explain this piece, I'm trying to say that sometimes we take on too much, and
Mm-hmm.
um, we don't have the presence of mind to stop and take stock, whether it's weekly or monthly. I don't know what it is, to see how well you are doing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, if you see yourself getting irritable, easily annoyed, or getting into quarrels with your family or whatever, or with your friends, whoever, that's a flag right there. But do
Yeah.
we know this? So anyway.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree with you because I'm in Ontario right now. I decided to drive there. So
You
I set
drove.
off I set
Yeah.
off on Wednesday
Hmm.
here on Friday night. Yeah. Because driving is like therapeutic for me.
Yeah, you see the
So
scenery.
I felt I needed that long
Mhm,
drive to be with
mhm,
myself to enjoy
mhm,
the scenery.
mhm, mhm.
So that's what I did, and I feel
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah,
So
that's
You
good.
see, we can bond very
thing
well. I love the long, I love the long
was
distance. I hope we
Oh,
pack you here
so
with some
good.
good music.
how were the roads? Yeah, how were the roads?
What?
How were the
Oh,
roads?
my connection.
Oh, you cutting off.
Mm.
How was
I
the
was saying,
road?
how
I
were the
think my
roads?
connection is bad.
Oh,
They were good.
that's good.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were good actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was only one morning that was light snow, so but it wasn't bad. It was
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That
yeah,
was fun. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was yeah,
So
yeah.
the yellow
Okay.
car is in Windsor.
Eh?
This is so the yellow, my yellow car is in Windsor.
No, oh, actually, we changed it.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
We sold that one.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, okay.
yeah, he loves that car because when we go shopping, immediately you come out, you know where your car is.
Yes, yes,
So he
yes.
was saying that we should spray this one yellow, and I said no. Yeah, so yeah,
That's
That's
good. Mhm.
that's very, very good. It's
Yeah.
yeah,
so refreshing. I love the
it
long
is.
distance.
Mm-hmm.
With my little ones, it's a little challenge because I have to be stopping every 3 hours for them
That's
to pee
true.
and all that.
You would rather go crazy.
Exactly. So that is the only reason. That is what to prevent me seeing me. I would have been in Saskatchewan by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's good. It's good for the soul. It's so
So,
Mm-hmm.
relieving. Yeah.
good. Amma, do you have anything to add to the broken woman? Broken physically and or mentally?
Yeah. Yeah, just to top up a little bit about what Auntie was saying about working from home, you realize
Yeah.
that you kind of forget about even your own clothes because you can just get up and be on your morning clothes and just hit on the computer and there you go. You forget
Mm-hmm.
about even dressing up yourself and all that. So it's something that is really stressful. The only way to come out of it is you getting up and forcing yourself to be in the mood. Try to dress up as if you're really, really going outside.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in that case you might feel a little different. But the fact that it's home, you get up and have your coffee and there you are over there thinking it will be. I think a lot of people or those of us that have to go outside to work was thinking, there you are driving all over again. But we realize that coming and sitting home and working from home is not also something that is too pleasant as we thought
Mm-hmm.
it
Yeah.
should have been. So yeah, we have to just balance it. If not,
Yeah.
it will by the time this whole thing is over because it's not even getting any better. Tomorrow is a different story. The next day is a
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
different story. So we don't really know exactly where we are. So it's about that time that you have to. It's a moment for us to be more creative for our own self now. Create something that will make you more active, more relevant now, rather than waiting for something to happen. Like I said, this is our new normal. We just have to adjust to the way it comes
Mm-hmm.
now. For instance, there is no any indoor activity for my voice now, and I feel like they just really get overwhelmed when they are indoor for too long. So I have to come up with, okay, let's go out, do something a little. Yesterday the weather was quite better here, so I think we spent about 3 or 4 hours sledding on the snow, just going up and
Mm-hmm.
just going up and down. We
Yeah.
did it, and I realized that even when I got home, I felt like I was really tired. I took a long shower and I was able to have a very, very sound sleep, and I'm sure they did too.
Yeah.
So it's you just have to find a way to do something out of it. Find something to don't just lock yourself in because it's very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
And the same goes to our women that will carry everything on their shoulder and say we are doing it all by ourselves. If you
Yeah.
lose it, you lose it
Hello,
very
Miss
bad.
Sage.
Merry
Hello,
Christmas,
Miss
Sage.
Williams.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next one is the
Can I add
bitter.
something? to
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to add something to this piece that we're talking about.
Sure.
Um, the what do you call it? The
The
woman who's,
broken by
yeah, the
physical,
broken body, whether physical, mental. And
mental.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to raise a point, and I'm just saying it broadly, so, but I don't know. It can happen in any culture, but I'm speaking about ours, and maybe I'm saying it broadly, but this is what I know or I've heard. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even sometimes, like this here, I'm saying the woman whose body is broken by this or that sickness, he knows the depths of your despair, pain, and
Mm-hmm.
the torment coming against your mind. Sometimes it's not just the pain that you are dealing with yourself physically, but it's even the what is going on the outside of you. You know, I've heard it said that, broadly speaking, I'm saying that a lot in our culture, we have this attitude towards illnesses, especially even if it is physical, no po is a problem, let alone the mental.
Mental.
So
Yeah.
what I understand is that a lot of times even men, some men, when their wives are sick, maybe they even have a terminal illness that could possibly even lead to death.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough empathy or compassion coming towards them. And culturally, I don't know, I'll call it culturally. If I'm wrong,
Yeah.
somebody should tell me. But a lot of times, even these are men, some of them can't even wait for the woman to be gone. While you are on the hospital bed or being sick, there's somebody in the background. So the level of despair that you can feel when you are in those situations, Nupono, it's enough. It intensifies the despair that you feel.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
there's that too going on. It's almost like I get the impression that as for us, we almost expect everything to be perfect. Because it's like, I'll give you the example of church. Even in church, we behave like we're supposed to come there perfect. So if somebody
Mm-hmm.
does something that we should expect as human beings, because we are all weak, we go, hey, have you heard? Have you heard? Then it's going on, right?
Right.
So in the same way, we don't, like, even if you have a child, when you're having children, you don't even know how the child will turn out. It's just by the grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
So if your child has some handicap or whatever, you see the reaction that you get. So we almost always, it's, I don't know, we are not, I look at the society, the environment in which we live, and the resources that are available for children, adults who are, whatever I don't know whether it's disabilities or being visually impaired or whatever. There's lots of resources out there. Unless you don't go, it's not to say because it's there you are going to get it, but at least you know it's there and you can go look
Right.
for it or apply. But with us, we
Yeah.
don't take care of that aspect of society. Oh, wawunsioba. Oh, this. Like, we have all kinds of things that
Mm-hmm.
we see. So we don't look very, we're not very charitable or very, we don't have a good heart or loving heart or an open heart towards those kinds of circumstances. We act like everything should be perfect. So if
Yeah.
your wife or your husband, what I said, it goes both ways these days, because now I understand that the women too are up to a lot of things. So it could be the
Mm-hmm.
husband who's sick and the woman could be doing whatever. So we don't. To make a long story short, I'm hoping you are getting me. It seems like
Mm-hmm.
we act like everything should be perfect as we
Yeah.
think it should be, but it is
Yeah.
not, and we don't have awareness about how to deal with some of those dynamics when it happens. So that's just something I thought I should throw in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That's
I,
really
I,
true.
Auntie, I
Because
think
the
because, for example, when you put that and silver in, I think I was talking about that on Smart Choice last Tuesday, and that was something I witnessed when I was little. I said there was a tenant in our house that have a daughter who was sick like that.
Mhm.
And like I said, if I could quite remember, hardly did were we permitted to even go closer to her to play with her. And in regards to compare to disabled ones here that we can just children that go to school and children will be playing with some will
Mm-hmm.
give a helping hand. I want to push you something. I normally forget my job and I'll just be paying attention to those kids, and that was because something I didn't get a chance to do back home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I see any of those kids on their wheelchairs and I see the children going to them and playing with them, I do that more. I find myself
Mm-hmm.
to be that little, and how I wish I would have get a chance to play with that girl who
Mm-hmm.
was back home with me, because she was in a room for a very long time. And when they took her and she was nowhere to be found, her cousin sister came out to say, "Oh, I will say it in our language." They said, "Oh, you didn't do mpo no no no, I done it primre no done that no who no ko say ya kokuno." I had to grow to know said this is what they did to her. So I'm saying that lack of knowledge has actually done a whole lot of things. It's not because of culture, but we were put in a different way whereby even if it is a sickness, we have to find another name for it. So
But
you
that's
see,
the culture, no?
Yeah, it's the
well,
culture because
we
Mm-hmm.
we didn't. Children in that house know there was a human being in that room who normally take care of, who they have to sneak out in the night in case she have to travel or bring in if she's coming in or something. We knew there was somebody there, and I don't think when we were that little, we were thinking she was inhuman or something. All that because my little mind was telling me, she was a human being. It's just that she wasn't allowed to come out to play. But when they finally decided that we can't take care of her anymore, they have to take her away. And I have to even grow up to study about those things to realize that, oh, some no cry no because our daddy play because for so many years it was. I was just I'll be thinking about her. How come I didn't think of
Mm-hmm.
me Danny Primary? So you see, if you find yourself around, if you find yourself around these things, you keep have that baby mind, mind in your brain. You're so questioning: is this true? You can even turn out to be a snake or something that shouldn't be, right? So
yeah,
ours is something we well.
you
I
know,
will say
I
we
think
have a
because
we.
sometimes too when we don't understand stuff, as we keep saying,
Hmm. Yeah.
we act a certain way because those
Yeah.
children were seen as like a shame to the family,
Yes.
so the family would hide them, not because
Mm-hmm.
of anything, but they feel because our culture will let you feel like it's your fault for having that kind of child,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it is sad. I don't know if it's still
It is.
going on.
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
pray, I pray it doesn't anymore. I pray because I think we have come to this far. But then, if it is, then but then how many people will even come out to say I have something like that? Because like this girl I said, I think you have to even be living there to know that there is somebody there.
Yeah,
Because
Mm-hmm.
if they wasn't living in my house the way she used to, and the way they cover her up or sneak her out and bring her in, it's obviously they don't even want to expose her for others to see.
yeah,
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
yeah.
after learning about PDD, I I came back,
Mm-hmm.
and anytime I sit there, I just I just question myself. I think you can imagine I still haven't come out of that uh,
Mm-hmm.
thing with that girl up to date. And I'm always saying
Mm-hmm.
how I wish I was a little grown up to just be bold enough and just walk in there and play with her and hold her hand and tell her how she belongs before all those things happen to her. So yeah, it's something that is very hard. Hard. And we don't talk about those things. We just cover it up and that's it. We don't talk about it. After that, I was thinking about how her mother is feeling.
Today I have the 1G. My internet is
Yeah.
really acting up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was
do
thinking
you?
how the woman is feeling, because if you have a child like that, you are practically sick yourself
Mm-hmm.
too, and we don't work on them too. We
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
rather be talking what we want to say about them, but not putting ourselves in their shoes for
Issues.
to know how they are also feeling. So it's a hard situation. It's something hard.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Okay.
Is the can we? Is there anything else we want to add to the broken?
I only just wanted to add, I think this example I gave it last week, but I also just digress and say it in tree so that
Mm,
say not make us say not adjoa the teaching practice. No, there was EAB or akola bi ade na akola no fi ye chrome ye Ghana but continent no
mm,
so.
mm-hmm.
Na em say or slow kakra nti said ya na abayo ne ne e tre na de no it wasn't kosher na enye nti na akola no na osuye nti me ba no na ɛha
Mm,
na pɔ se na maame we deɛ na ɛha wo na wobɛyɛ akwadaa saa nti ɔka kyerɛ ne mentor teacher no de ɛkɔ so na mentor teacher ne ka so saa maame no that's the last time ɔbɛ handle saa akwadaa no nti ɛm sɛ maame no frɛ akwadaa no ne kasaeɛ nti adwo ase later obusa no say how are you feeling na ɔsi o feeling better nti
okay.
no ɛhɔ a ɔba efi ɔbɛka apɛ ne yɛpɔn no esiri na adwo ano korapo explain kyerɛ yɛ teacher ne sɛ baabi a yɛfi no your culture no yɛ a bit different in that way say hi no nti ɔka nyinaa at that time na me nim sɛ akwadaa no fi yɛn side hɔ ne me ka sɛ koponi
Mm,
but na me kunu ka sɛ no maame no yɛ bibini ɛm sɛ ofi alatafo kurom ɛna ɔsi dɛbi maame no yɛ obroni akɔla nka ɔnyɛ ne saa because ɔyɛ bibini nti that comfort level sɛ we step into that role
yeah.
nti na
Yeah.
ɔyɛ ne saa no nti no kyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛka fie koraa ne nyinaa na adeɛ no ha me nam sɛ nam sɛ maame wei wonim kurom ha yɛte woyɛ nneɛma saa
Mm,
yɛ maake wo it's going to go against
mm.
record ɛnyɛ
Carry a
akwadaa no
cry.
because Chrome has said yeah can they pay attention to these they almost pay attention to nkwadaa it doesn't matter what we are normal oh yes so I don't even have to say normal pardon me but just say no matter what the situation there's something
Right.
available for you and you know some of us when we come here if we don't change those mindsets now it can get us into problems.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah.
Hmm. Mm.
Put me to us so I'm sure say
Three. Okay.
oh sure
Okay.
okay. Mhm.
Okay. So the next one is the bitter woman. So the bitter and defeated woman whom no one shown any good or kindness. He knows and loves you. Only his healing touch can smooth away your harshness. Wow. No one has ever shown any good. Are there
Yeah.
people like that
Yeah.
who have never seen any goodness at all? Like,
Well, it depends. At this stage, you know, if you are a person like that now, if it has gone on for so long, say when you see it, you kind of feel that you don't trust it. But these kind of people, you see them in a certain, you see some women, they are very, very harsh, very negative. Like they are in these relationships where the man doesn't mind them. They are just a workhorse or cooking, doing this, doing that. And if you meet them in a church environment, they are the ones who will be harsh and say, hey, at Arebe now show why you dress like that? You know, those kinds of behaviors. No, they take everything so if it's in
mm,
a party environment and if you are like me, I'm managing me who that I'm dancing and this and that. Oh, why is she
really?
behaving like that? Doesn't she know she's an older woman? Doesn't she know? You know, they are the ones who come across and they are so judgmental or they
Right.
gossip and uh, I don't know how to explain. Not all of them, but they are just life has been so harsh to them. They don't know
They don't see
who
any good in anything.
yes, they've been
Yes,
taken for
that's the
granted
word.
they've been taken for granted so
Right.
they don't know who they are anymore and they sometimes even they spit out at other people when they're outside treating other women badly but they
Mm-hmm.
are not able to go stand before their husband and confront him or have a chat with him that hey this dynamic that we are in this home needs to change.
Right.
They don't know that until they are outside causing all kind. They are the ones who judge somebody. Hey, mommy, way they said she's done this, that. Oh, why should the husband even put up with her? And they'll talk and make all you know. I'm telling stories, but these are some of the things that go on.
Yeah, if you are
Yeah, there.
bitter,
They
If
are
you're
there,
bitter,
right?
if you're bitter, you want to influence your bitterness to others, because when people
Yes.
are, you are not happy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
why should some people to be happy around you? You wouldn't
Yeah.
see, you are mad because you are not happy and they are happy. So that
Hello,
I
Pastor
will,
P.
Hello.
Welcome.
that I will even say it's not really us alone, that even around here, most of the
Mm-hmm.
folks you see out there that are not very happy, you could see it right from the actions. They are not happy and they don't want
Right.
you to
Mm-hmm.
be happy as well. So that,
Yeah.
I think, goes to everybody, not necessarily just
Mm-hmm.
us,
So,
or the culture thing or anything.
for
But
And we
we
ours
do
is
have
very
women,
people like that.
we
ours
get
is very
really
nasty.
low.
Yeah, Amaju. Let's say it the way it is. Ours not there. It's very nasty. Like here, no, if I don't run into you, I'm not going to get that behavior from you. But most
Exactly.
of us in our environment, they want to make sure that they tie you with their
Yeah,
thing, their
sure.
bitterness. And they'll find ways of doing it. Even when you are dressed nice, no, they'll make you feel like you have done something wrong.
Oh yeah,
I know
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
not here. Mm.
yeah.
So how would they get over this?
Oh,
Well,
Do
it's
they
lack of,
know?
we are not people that motivate others so much. So I would say most of it are all lack of motivation and low moody people. So in this case, you just have to try and be very motivated. You have to try and see positive things in everything rather than see just the negative ones and all that, right? So with them to come out, I think that's how it be. They have to be people that can get away from their cycles and do other things, and maybe say, why are you happy? How
I
come I'm
know
not
that.
happy?
Yeah.
but
And
are they even confident
Because
enough to want to do that
I
work?
remember.
this is the thing. You see, they will not even let you know. That's the thing. But if they can, then they need to be motivated. They have to learn
My internet
from
is really
being,
bugging me.
and
Anyway,
just as you said too, you definitely have to have someone who can take you away from that mood and bring you to a different mood, maybe, right?
right.
It's a lot of hard work. But it
Yeah.
starts from you,
It
like I
is.
said. The person
Mm-hmm.
has to want to do it.
Yeah.
But if they don't
Mm-hmm.
want to, they'll stay the same forever and ever
Exactly.
and still
Yeah.
be infecting people with their bitterness and negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because I remember the place that I went that there were manager just like me. I remember that um I was talking to somebody and what they said was that, oh, don't mind her, she's better. And it's
Oh,
because, yes, and it's because she hasn't had a child. She's been looking for a child for a long time, so she's better in life now.
oh.
So
But
like yeah.
but
So when
yeah,
you said that, yes.
the other side of it is, I'm just throwing this out. The person
Right.
said that, right? So maybe they
Right.
know they've been around this person for a while, but has anybody
For a while.
tried to talk to her too or to help her? Or do you get what I mean? Because
Yeah.
sometimes, like we're sitting here, say we're all talking, it's easy
Hmm.
to describe a thing, but are you going to be part of helping that person if the person is willing to listen to you, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem. If the person is willing to listen.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, she was the manager. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
if you go and you don't do it properly, you'll be in trouble
We're
forever
fired.
and very uncomfortable in that work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So
Okay.
uh, so it says only his healing touch can smooth away your harshness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's by only knowing that he loves us no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also I think there was this book I read on gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes if you're not careful when you're going through things a lot, you might not see the good things because they are so, I don't know, not little, but we've taken most
Mm-hmm.
of these things for granted.
Mhm.
But I read a book on gratitude, and there was also a workbook that came with it.
Mhm.
And there were things like it was kind of like a diary. So let's say
Mhm.
day one, write three things that are red that you're grateful
Mhm.
for. Could even write tomato if you really love
Mhm.
tomatoes, strawberries. But these are things that on a daily basis, you know, you have it. Like we take it for granted. So in going
Yeah.
through, yes,
Don't mind me. I'm laughing. I'll tell you something. Me,
okay,
cry, I'm sure that I say I like reading. When I'm reading books and I see those, I said, "Oh yeah, this is where you're supposed to take your pen or a pencil and write something." I look at it. Okay, I'll answer it in my head,
later.
and then I go. So, with young for a young reading, how many of us are going to commit to doing these basic exercises? So,
There was a time that I actually did it on Facebook. Like I'll
uh-huh,
post it's like for people to just comment whatever that they are grateful for because yeah,
uh-huh,
sometimes yeah.
uh-huh,
But yeah, um
uh-huh,
so sometimes it's true. There are seasons when you feel like nothing good is coming your way. Like
uh-huh,
everything seems to be falling apart. But I
uh-huh,
guess if we know He loves us and He God loves us and that
uh-huh,
He wants the best for us, He knows what's best. He knows why we go through these things. And also
uh-huh.
we are
Yes.
okay, I'm torn between talking and reading Pastor Patience's comment.
Uh,
Anyway, and living a life of gratitude. That's what the book
mhm.
was all about,
Oh, okay,
and it
okay,
does
okay.
help. Yeah,
Okay. My schoolmate just wrote a book about that too, and she's thanking a whole lot of. I haven't gotten far. Like I read it and then I put it down, but I have to continue. So
yeah,
that is something that she set out to do, and I
yeah,
think next year she'll be doing some more about it, like even an open forum on gratitude. So there's a
yeah,
lot that we take for granted, but we need to
yeah, yeah.
remember to go back. So Pastor P says if someone tells you they are not happy, that alone tells you they are ready and crying for help. But
Mm,
most of the time, we just ignore them. That is
it's
true.
true. It's true.
We seem to come from a harsh environment. I don't know what it is, Lord. I don't know if it's the harshness of life, like trying to survive.
Yeah,
So we
I
don't deal
think.
with things like feelings and emotions. And yet, when you take children in the classroom, how are you feeling? Oh, blah blah blah. You know, they'll
And
pamper
see,
you or they'll talk.
we normally give about 10 or 15 minutes to ask everybody questions and get to listen to them and see. And that is where you hear stories from different
Different
and,
places.
and those ones that do that do not have a break from their mouths, you see the things that they tell you and all that. So it's something we were not allowed to do, right? So
Mm-hmm.
why would you even go out and be saying you are not happy? And who is ready to ask you why are you not happy for you to
Yeah,
even explain
who cares?
yourself? Yes.
We don't study the devil
Hey,
proper.
which one? Hey,
Hey
look at next
friend.
one. So we should
Hello,
study the
Mr.
Bible. Please
Ventures.
explain. Oh.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah. Is there anything else anybody wants to add to the bitter
Mm,
and defeated woman?
I think we have exhausted. The defeated us, and maybe they are not willing to do anything about their situation. Like they've just
Mm-hmm.
accepted it. I maybe they, like
Exactly.
they are in a
Yeah.
situation where Otifie, and no one said they cook the food, they take the children to blah blah. They're more like, okay, you are somebody's wife, but you're basically like a maid. The man is not even talking to you. You are doing all these things, and then you two, you are not happy, but they don't even have the presence of mind to even know how to start to have that conversation because on the only man say, may your buy, yes, yes, may worry, I should be married, I'm married. But is that
And yeah,
all?
funny enough, I think, I came across a lady who was just dressed anyhow. I think her sister gave me something to give to her back home. So I asked for their dress and I was there. And then I look at her and are you the sister or your mom? And then she was, oh, I'm their sister. So I was, so you're not Becky's mom, and then she was no. Why do you pretend to be mom all of a sudden? You look, I don't see anything young about you. And then she was like, oh, I'm
Yes.
already married, so why do I
Oh,
need to be?
Saggy.
Humanity. Okay, let me see. And then this one
Hi,
is,
Osagi.
you know him?
I know him.
Okay, hello, welcome. And then
Welcome
this
and
one
thank you
says,
for watching.
it's good to open
And
your eyes and expand your horizons. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
yeah, and this lady was bold enough to tell me, whoa, what do I need again? I already have a
Mm-hmm.
husband. And I was, is that all into it? She said yes. What else do I want? So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of the last stop for them.
Yeah.
And just as you put it, you
Yeah.
said
But
Yes, it's
defeated.
true.
So I think she felt like I'm
Mm-hmm.
already defeated. Hey, Pastor Yaba, we haven't seen you
Mm.
in a while.
hello,
Ama,
Yaba.
you can move. Missy Ajua, Ama Ajua. Yeah, you can move on. Oh.
I thought
Okay.
that you
I
were
thought I
so
was
happy.
frozen. Okay,
Appreciate
Oh
that
next
no.
the rest,
the next
responsibilities and
broken
such for you.
woman is
Mm-hmm.
the attention seeking woman and for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Did I break up?
No, we
No.
hear you.
Okay, the attention seeking woman who is always pining for attention and a need to be the center of attraction. He sees you. Look to him only and not to man for attention. Hmm. I think this one is kind of intertwined with the people pleasing
Well,
woman.
it even adds to the siren, the one below too. Some people have given
Oh,
up on themselves. That's a very good point, Pastor Patience. Yeah,
mm,
they think nothing better is coming, and so they accept whatever is, and that's it.
Yeah.
And yet
yeah.
they are miserable. They are not happy.
That's the defeated woman, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 But yeah. So
Attention
attention
seeking.
seeking. Yeah.
Hmm.
Where's
There's
it?
this. I'll tell a story. There's somebody that I know, right? And I
Yeah.
haven't seen her in years and years, but she gave me a description of her older sister. I just laughed. You know how lately we say, I laugh, enter kitchen. She's because there are some people, there are some people, right? They are like divas. They feel that they are more important than everybody else. So when you are with them and you go into a situation, they want to be the center of attention, even if it's you that people are talking to and asking a question. Oh, blah blah. Then they put themselves in there and everything
Right.
has to be about them. So this person, their older sister is a bit, I don't know, auntie or whatever. And she says, who made you the centerpiece? Like, why should I get out of the way so you be the centerpiece? I'm also a centerpiece. So, like all of us sitting here right now, if I come and I'm like, oh, as for me this, as for me that, like, how, if you are in the company of other women and somebody starts acting like that, doesn't it turn you off? And there's some women like that. Every time they think, oh, as for me, I'm this, oh, blah blah, and you can't even stand them because they are so shallow. Like they don't
Mm-hmm.
add anything to the conversation. It's just, oh, I got this and I did this and I like, and I'm thinking, so what?
And see,
You
some
know?
people are just bossy. They always want to be the leader or attention. That's all. Because my little boy is saying I shouldn't say his big brother is older than him. He was, mommy, why can't you say we are? Why do you always say he's my big brother? He's not the boss over me.
Yeah. Oh, he's not the boss over me. They like saying that, eh? Oh God.
So you see, I think some people just want to just want to be bossy. That's all.
Oh, I don't know.
It's true, but yeah, but
Mhm. See?
we actually have people like that. They always want to belittle others,
Mhm.
underestimate others, and all that. Mhm.
And there are some. Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, has to leave us. So we'll carry on with the
Okay,
discussion. Thank you for joining
all
us.
right.
So
All
yes,
right.
Enjoy your
Bye.
vacation. Merry
yes,
Christmas.
Merry
yes.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
So anyway, like we're saying, right? You were
Mhm.
talking, right? The attention. You said there's people like that, so I'll let you finish.
Yeah, they just want every attention to be on them. And just
Hmm.
as Pastor Pete put there, if you have a person like that, if you go, you
Hmm.
should go to that person and be talking about your pain. She just feel like such people will not even listen to you or offer any solution, but rather just rubbish
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you are
yeah.
putting across
Or
them.
or they'll tell you how. Oh, me too. I'm not. Oh, me too. Yeah, I also felt that they won't acknowledge or validate
No,
you. They'll be talking
no.
about me. I'm thinking, okay, I thought I was,
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
sometimes it can be grown-ups who are doing this to you. Oh.
Oh yes.
Grown-ups,
Yeah.
because in their time they were so used to being center of attention that
Yeah.
they have to take, away from you.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
I
normally
I
smile
was
at them because there's
I
always
was
a reason why they want to be recognized. Hmm.
yeah, I was in a Thanksgiving turkey dinner at a friend's house. Well, they
Hmm.
have a topic about how everybody made it to Canada. So one of the lady was trying to share how she came, and I think it was very interesting to listen to. So I was caught up, busy listening to her, and out of
Hmm.
nowhere, her husband just got in and said, "Oh, media you come now, here, say, mo kra mo dia mo ba ya, one brave crumple na mo pesa mo tresa mo brave." So you see, that was what she went through, and that was
That's
what
what.
she also
Yes.
wanted to put out there, but
Yes.
she just got cut off like that, and I was offended.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
wasn't
That
me, but I was offended.
even that it's not very respectful. You
Yes,
know,
you see.
this is your wife. You don't embarrass her like that in public,
In
right?
front of people. I
Yeah.
was really, really offended.
Yeah. But
So we turn out to be people that we don't listen. We don't listen to others' feelings, and
no, no.
why don't we listen? We don't respect. It's all back to that same topic that we were talking about last time.
Hmm.
We just don't give respect to others that much to listen to their opinions and take them into account.
Hmm. So, what
Quite
do you
bad.
think makes this person, like this attention-seeking person, what do you think? What makes them do that? What do you think might be the issue for them?
Well, Auntie, I would say they are in a group whereby they have done that for so long to others.
Hmm.
So it's either that is what makes them feel good, or that is what makes them feel like, yes, I am here, so they have to do it, or their kind of groups has permitted them to just do it because they have accepted them to be who they are, so they will not question them, so they will keep on doing that.
Yeah. So nobody is holding her accountable. So, oh, what of that?
Exactly.
Oh, no, there's not here. Into then they allow it to be happening. But
And we turn out to
meanwhile,
be those people too. Why should we say it would be a son out here rather than stopping you?
there's some conversation going on here. Remember, humans are not born equal. We are all different. What is equal is the law before us all. That is why our reaction to things are different. And Yaba is saying, what do you mean we are not born equal? Is your blood red and mine green? I don't know. So you see, and some people too, it's either one or two things, and I could be wrong, but this is how I'm thinking it. Some people they didn't get attention at home, so they come and do that, right? Or these are people who maybe they've been so spoiled that they think where everywhere they go, people should treat them the way they were treated at home. I don't know.
Yes,
What is your thought? Mm.
yes.
Yaba says no one is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. And Pastor Patience said the attention seekers are miserable. Mm.
Very miserable.
Mhm.
They are very miserable, and they are the people. If they don't feel heard, it pains them.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could see that they will react towards it. But we come, like I said, we are back to people who will say, "Oh, I know they're son or vagina." So you keep on doing what you are
Doing
doing,
it.
and
Yes.
yeah, because we are pampering you with the son out here. What happened to we putting a stop to it? Or why
Yes.
do we have to put it in your brain that with the son of things, then you keep on doing that? You know,
Yes.
we don't seek for change. So we put the
Mhm.
same thing in others that they shouldn't even seek for change. So you should just
Yeah.
keep on behaving as you are. They are too, they are
And you know,
not. You know?
you know, Ajo, those people too, they are very high maintenance because if you're in a group with them and you leave them to be acting this way, it's always up to you to be maintaining them. And I don't have
Ah,
time. Yeah, I mean, to
yeah.
me, we are all whatever. And you know, if you are coming to church, right, or we all we can church, but we choose to be civil because we're in a civil society, and
Mm-hmm.
you act cordially towards people. So you come and sit there, and then oh, you are moody, or and then we go, oh, what's wrong? Oh, because nobody is talking to her. Get up and go and talk to somebody too.
Yeah.
Pastor, okay, it's repeating again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing is free in this world. Even attention is not free.
I
No,
agree.
seriously. There are
I
some
agree,
people, you saw
Seventeen.
me and you
Mm-hmm.
didn't talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I saw you and I didn't talk to you, why don't you come and talk to me? Maybe I didn't
Yeah.
see you. And then they
Yeah.
are
Mm-hmm.
pouting. You know,
Yeah.
one chiame.
Yeah.
Oh, the last time you saw me, you didn't greet me. Why didn't you come? Maybe I was busy.
And it could be possible that the last time you did not even see him or her, but they will make a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
attention, like seeking attention and wasting
Mm-hmm.
everybody's time. So
Mm-hmm.
if we are
Mm-hmm.
Christians, the Lord said, I created you in my image. When we're all created in that, does not make us the same. Okay. Yaba is still the,
Mm-hmm.
discussing with Osaji. Pastor Patient said most attention seekers have neurobiological issues.
Neurobiological issues. Yeah.
They're always the center of attention. Like, every
Yeah.
time you start to talk, they have something more important than yours, or so it's always, they feel there's this need to overshadow or be the
Mm-hmm.
best out of. It's almost, I don't know if I can even say it's bordering almost on them being the kind of narcissist behavior. Always, I'm the center of attention, but what about the other person? They're also
No,
important.
no. Yeah, meaning they are not counted. They are the only
Oh,
ones.
thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It is
and
too much. And,
the
and the
attention.
reason why it's too much is we will not stop giving them that. Oh, I know, yes, that's who he is.
Yeah,
That's whom she is. And then they
yeah,
keep doing that. They have accepted it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go for a commercial break.
Okay, man.
We're going for a commercial break. So get the book. It's Christmas time. Buy a gift for a friend, your loved ones, anybody. It will bless them. Here we go.
The reflection for
Okay, so we are back. Yes,
yeah.
as I was saying, the best way to support us is to get a book. Every evening, every Sunday, we come and we talk, we are discussing. So, fine, this book will bless you. Yeah. It says, I specialize in human social psychology and the laws that guides realistic encounters. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, are we okay with the attention seeking women? Can we move on? Or
Yes,
do you have
yes,
to add?
please. I think we are done with
Okay, move on. So we go to the siren whose only hope appears to be her beauty. Yes, that woman who, for whatever reason, is caught in the trap of alluring men with her beauty because she feels that is the only option that she has. He sees you and knows that you are more than your beauty. You are more than enough. What do you have to say about that?
Auntie, yeah. Do we actually um there's a saying that you have to use what you have to get what you want, right? So
Mhm.
isn't that doesn't that word play a role here? Mhm. Some people
Um,
mhm.
okay.
Everything has to be about them and
Yes.
created
And people are
self-importance.
narcissists,
Yes,
everything. Yeah, that
yes,
is
which is
right.
true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So auntie, yeah, I did not just
Hmm.
hadn't they just take that
That's
that
amazing.
into consider. Yeah, hasn't they
Hmm.
take that word into consideration that yeah, I have what
Hmm.
to take, or I'm
Hmm.
using what I have to get what I want. Is that not the reason?
Well, but okay, you said using what you have, but um,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a woman, okay, and you say
Mm-hmm.
you are beautiful, and you are
Mm-hmm.
going to use that to get what you want, isn't there a name that we call you? Or you're okay with that?
No, there is a name for it for sure.
Mhm.
But I think some people have just embraced it to be, well, I'm a woman and this is where I belong, and that's it.
That's
Forgetting
you.
that
You
there
can
is,
come on. Sorry, you were saying.
forgetting that there is more into it, what you have to offer. There is more into that than what you are seeing.
Yes.
That you see, if I could put it that way.
Okay. So, but this person, right? Like
Hmm.
that's what they know, or maybe that's what they've been taught. Like when I
Yes.
say, for example, in the environment that we come from,
Hmm.
you hear comments like, you hear comments like, oh, as for a woman, it doesn't matter where you go. You can go to the highest, whatever,
Yes.
but
Yes.
somebody has
Hmm.
to come and marry you. So
You
if somebody
you have
doesn't come
to
and marry
bear.
you, then you're useless. You don't. They'll forget.
There was a comment. There was a comment out there that no matter your masters or whatsoever, you still have to bear somebody's name to be recognized. So
Yeah.
I was married for 10 years and I never changed my name.
Yes.
I
I
never
I
did. It nothing pushed me to do it, so I never did.
mm-hmm.
So does that make me a less of me
No,
being a woman?
no.
No.
No, but there's this siren woman, right? There are some women who tend to only focus on their beauties. Look, I knew somebody like that. So Phil said, "Nehoya
Mm-hmm.
fama that men see her and they are after her and this and this and
Mm-hmm.
that." And I'm like, okay, is that all? What else do you have
Because
to
it's
offer?
gonna fade
Like,
away. It fades
if I come to
away.
you, if I come to you and I'm trying to have a conversation with you, will you be able to say anything intelligent? If that's
No.
there are people who see it reminds me of, like I said the other day, I don't know which of the lives we were on when we were all talking about the books we read in our childhood, you know,
Right.
like I read a lot of Mills and Boons and Barbara Cartland. So you
Right.
see those
Mm-hmm.
holding
Yes.
the
Yes. On our
historical,
Saturday program. Yeah.
whatever. The ladies were
Mm-hmm.
taught, what is the word? They had to be, they had to act like bimbos. They don't have any brain, just be, you know, doing their watercolors and painting and
Mm-hmm.
drinking their tea and, looking for the next lord or whoever to come and marry
Yes.
them. If you're a man, and you marry such a woman, unless your ego is very inflated and you are okay to have a woman less than you usually want somebody who's intelligent that can challenge you and talk with you and have a meaningful relationship, right? But these women, look, I was trying to say stuff without going too quickly, but I'll go to the point. Look at this slay queen business that we have going on right now. What is that all
Mm-hmm.
about? These are the sirens. They've been taught that, oh, Obadia, this is what you have. Go and put it out there. They've not been taught to place any value on themselves. So that's how, look, there's some people that I knew when I was growing up. There was about four, and I don't know how it happened. I'm just only mentioning them. To whom say be a premani ba. There were four. She mentioned four or five of her children. All these children were born with these big men. And I'm like, hey, I didn't say, like I wondered, right? I thought, the wheels were turning in my head, but oh yeah, then ko busani BB, right? So
I Auntie, I was watching a movie this morning. Hardly
mhm,
do I watch. I love story. I like history stuff. So hardly do I pay attention to those Nigerian movies and all that. But out of nowhere, this morning I was on YouTube and one of them came to mind. One of them just picture just pop up. So I click on it.
mhm,
And the story grabbed my attention because there was a woman who was busy telling her daughter, grab something for yourself. Because what if something happened to your husband? What are you
Mm-hmm.
going to do? Don't just sit here, grab something for yourself. So because it got my attention, I decided to watch it and I was paying attention. I wouldn't say I was really watching, but I was kind of audio book. I was just listening to them with my eyes closed. And
Mm-hmm.
about a few scenarios that came up, meaning the man got a case and the man was
Mm-hmm.
arrested. So the lady's mother came back and was busy saying, when I was telling you to secure something for yourself, this was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
And since you didn't get me then, now you see, don't
Mm-hmm.
come to my house because I'm now going to look up for a place to stay. So there you are. And
Mm-hmm.
because she couldn't do anything for herself, I think she just took the children and left to a certain place. And that
Mm-hmm.
place, the situation became bad. The lady have to lose her daughter because another man who wanted to help have to touch her daughter. And then
Mm-hmm.
the little girl got pregnant, and the person gave the girl the medication to take. So the girl died. Who do I blame? I blame a lady who is a negligent, who is not
Mm-hmm.
ready to be a mother and became a mother. That was the answer I gave to that movie. The lady couldn't take it. She went asking for help, and the husband's friends took advantage of her. They couldn't help her that much, but they took money. Another lady who is not ready to be mature. That's what I put it.
Yeah.
And and I think the guy came back from the prison, but situation is still bad. So both of them got sick.
Mm-hmm.
The little child got burned. I blame the girl because I just feel like, are you ready to be a mother? Then you have to get yourself prepared. Are you ready to have a husband? You have to be matured and prepared. So in
Mm-hmm.
that case, because things will happen no matter what. If you think
Mm-hmm.
that is why you have arrived, you don't, because we all don't know tomorrow. We have to
Mm-hmm.
get ourselves prepared one way or the other. I think that was what her mother was trying to send to her, but she
But
couldn't
even
get.
still, that advice of take something for yourself, take something for yourself,
Mm-hmm,
it takes me to this situation, right?
mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because of the poverty or what. So we are so focused on "Ukwa
What
warrior,
we
go and
will
bring this,
get.
go and bring that." But
Mm-hmm,
how about you, the mother? While you were
mm-hmm,
raising that daughter, you had to tell her that, look, things have changed. You need to
yeah.
put value on yourself. Make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you also do something.
Do
It
something
can be
for
skills,
yourself.
it can be a trait,
Mm-hmm,
something that will make
mm-hmm.
you independent so that if something
Yeah,
happens in the
yeah.
relationship, then
Mm-hmm.
bema no amechire no ho and I bluff you or whatever. Anything can happen in life.
Uh,
But we are
and
just told,
here
oh,
you see,
worry.
and here you see,
So
what I would say about that story is, it's not necessary. Bema beba bechira will go so, because the only part that ring a bell on this story is
it
we
still
are
happens.
normally
That is a
saying,
broad comment, Amajo.
yeah.
That is a broad comment, not particular to your situation you're talking
Yeah.
about.
No, no,
Mhm,
no. We always direct our conversation towards so that the man wouldn't block you and so you can be yourself. Forgetting
mhm.
that it's not necessarily the man blocking you, because the point I
Both
wanted to
really
make
broad.
here is, it's not necessarily the man being bad to you or whatsoever, but there can be a situation whereby the man got arrested, just as it's happened in the movie. So
Well,
you
that's
see
what
this
I'm
one, the
saying. That's
man.
what I mean. It's all in there. Amajo, if your husband
Uh-huh.
loses his job, you're supposed to be able to pick it up because you are working.
Exactly.
So
So
it's
you
broad.
see,
It's very broad.
very broad. It's not necessarily how you will be treated, but for the sake of tomorrow. It's
Yeah,
just
but
have to
still,
be. You don't know. Don't feel
I
secure.
still
No
go there.
condition is permanent. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Please, you
still
can
go there in
continue.
terms of the treatment because it's not every area that everything is.
Mm-hmm.
We hear these stories.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We hear these stories and what goes on.
Right.
You you need to make sure that like building your confidence is also being able to because these days no man is just going to come and just
Mm-hmm.
look at you. It's two
Mm-hmm.
people coming together. So what
Yeah.
are you bringing to the table?
Yeah.
Anyway, let me read some comments.
Mhm.
message says if beauty is all that one dwells on, what happens to her when the beauty fades with age, when the person gets sick, and when she's crippled and in bed? Thank you
Very
so
good.
much. Because
Very good,
the
Miss
beauty of
Williams.
skin, right, at a point,
Mhm.
the wrinkles come, everything's, what are you going to do? Because that's all
It,
that you've ever dwelt on.
it just like, especially just as you said, those slay queens. I think they've forgotten that the beauty will fade away.
Oh, the slay queens, maybe. I forget. And then where's Yaba's comment? Yaba says, but who gives the slay queens the publicity? Yes, hence they feel relevant. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know, flexible intellectual. Hey, you have to come and explain your terms. So, it's like
Yeah.
this when we are talking about this siren thing, right? You have to teach, like you have to teach a girl, what do you call it, to value themselves, to believe in themselves. It's a very fine line, right? Because if you are too rigid about it, the child might say, "Oh, me, I'm too good. I can't marry a man. Oh, this, that, whatever." But we're just saying that confidence in terms of, okay, you can look after yourself. Learn how to cook, not because you are going to cook for a man, but you could be living on your own somewhere so you don't starve and say, oh, where's mommy's food? I miss mommy's food, right? Things like that. We need to educate girls that there's more to life than sleeping with a man
Yes.
to get money. There's things you can,
Yes.
when you do things for yourself, you feel proud of yourself. But this, when you keep running around going to these men, after a while, they themselves, if they have no respect for you, you are disposable. Remember Amma
I,
was
I
giving
also
that
think,
example. Can you let me land? That woman, Amma gave us that example of, like, somebody, you are groomed for
mhm,
these men, you go for your test, annual test,
yeah.
and this and that. Then as you are getting older, he's into younger girls. So you are doing all
Hmm.
these, keep up. It's a very trying life.
Yeah.
It would be
It
very
is.
hard to live like that.
It is. I think even the men nowadays, no man want to just follow beauty anymore. And even me being a woman, if you're a woman, just if you're a man, me being a woman, or if you're a man following just my beauty, then you don't have any brain. I will still need to be somebody that do not have anything to offer me.
Mm.
Because we have changed so much. Life is not like as it was before anymore.
But there's still a lot of desperation. Baby, if
Too
people
much.
are still, hmm?
We are still not
From a
seeing
few
it.
months ago, there was a Bibini girl, be that Obroni be, like
Hmm.
they get into all kinds of situations to go to Abrochuri. It
They
will be
will
a,
do anything.
oh, excuse
Hmm.
me to say, Obroni kwasi ebi bebani ebuno, then the person takes them there and those
Yeah.
kinds of things. And then you ask yourself, okay, but then somebody will tell you that look at the other side, you haven't been in that situation before. So I beg your pardon, ladies, the solution will come from women who are teachers. My case closed. Some men will beg to differ, okay? Some of your men, they'll say no. They have the answers. So, but I get your point.
Hmm.
But the thing is that people don't want to listen to these kinds of conversations.
No,
No, they are not interested.
we are
So,
not relevant enough.
yeah. No,
We
it's
are not
not even
insulting each other.
no, it's, yeah, 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 yeah. So, like this person about, oh, I'm beautiful. Oh, excuse me, I'm this, oh, I'm that. And even some of the people, even in this environment in which we live, they go and have all these plastic surgeries and
Hmm.
just in the name of beauty and keeping up. But I don't know. Is that so important?
My
What didn't
auntie,
they see?
my auntie used to have a saying that "Wahon fed the obeko, usubai the obeba." And if
Mm,
we should be hearing stories like this, then we should know that it's not necessarily because whenever my auntie makes that comment, I feel like, well, so it's not all about beauty. We also need to
mhm,
bind too, right?
mhm,
So there was a lot of proverbs that was thrown in out there for us. I just feel
mhm.
like we were not even thinking about it that much to question what it means or what it doesn't mean, right?
Yeah.
Because if we do, we would have strategized a little bit, and we would not be really only focusing on, I don't have a bum, so I have to go do a bum to just
Mm-hmm.
impress a man. If
Yeah.
I want to do my bum, it's because I feel like I don't feel good in myself. It's
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily I want to do it for somebody, but
But
that is because I want to do it for me. But when it comes to be like to go and look good for somebody, then it's like, what if I'm not beautiful to that person anymore? So where does that lead me? But we still don't think about that aspect. We are just ready to get whatever it is that we want at this present, not thinking about, oh, we are just people that don't think about the advantages. We just think about
I don't know, Amma,
the
because the thing
disadvantages
even is
or just advantage. I don't know.
when you're
It's
talking about going to, do your bum or do whatever, doing it
mm-hmm,
for you. Even if I'm doing it for me, I have to stop and
mm-hmm.
think about the consequences. So yes,
Exactly.
there's a lot of consequences
Mm-hmm,
to some of these things.
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, a
is
lot.
it worth it? Like, am I so
Yeah.
insecure? Am I so
Mm-hmm.
so insecure that that thing is what will make me feel
It's,
good and perfect on this earth?
be
I don't know.
I
The world, this world,
and
and the people are very complex and dynamic. That's true. Hey, Mr. G, I didn't know you were in the house. Welcome. Let's read your comment. Women are highly multi-skilled who can perform far better rather than relying on big bum and boobs. Now, bum and boobs make you a celebrity. Example, the new. Oh,
new
I don't know.
celebrities
I
like
don't know anywhere, right?
Hadia Bintu.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we are going, but these are the examples that we are giving to the young girls. So that's what they see, monkey do, right? So they'll
Yeah,
come along and also be
yeah.
doing that. But
It's
we need to
getting
teach them that, like, hey, you are worthy, you are special, value yourself. Um, how do you call it? Try to do you these days there are a lot of smart women out there, to young smart women doing
yes,
all
a
kinds
lot.
of things. So it is not all lost. It's getting better. Some are hearing it, but there's still some who need to be reached. But sadly, we the grown-ups, we are not helping them. We rather get on Facebook and insult other women. So, you know, like there's got to be more.
And then
Anyway,
instead of you to be punished, you rather say, "Oh no, there's not to munyan."
oh, I don't know. This beauty thing, I shake my head because like this example that I was given, the person was so into themselves. Media say, media me who for who I say, and I'm like, yeah. So I'm sorry, boy,
And
ha.
yeah,
If you are looking at friends,
there
you
is
need to
so
know.
much side of beauty. There is so much
But this
side
is the
of
what the
beauty we
person was
don't know.
focusing on, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, so what?
Yeah, there
So
is so
what?
much side of the beauty we don't really. If we, it's
Beauty is not only look, it's not only physical appearance, but because there's somebody that
so much,
they might be a
so
plain or
much
maybe
side
they
of
might be a
beauty.
plain
Yeah,
person. Say, and yes, said they, I'm not saying, they are just, but because of their heart, you see the beauty you see in them, it comes from inside because of who they
so
are inside.
much, so
Look,
much, so
Mama Joe,
so much.
there are some people, when we were going to work those days and you are riding the train,
Mm-hmm,
it could be you see them and you see them smiling and you look at them again and you go, wow, because you see something that you can tell there's some
mm-hmm,
quality and go,
mm-hmm.
yeah, she's got it. You can tell. But not this, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Now flipping their hair and flipping their hair. The hair too is not yours.
I remember one of my professors a while back. I was climbing upstairs to my class, and then
Hmm.
we just came across. I have today we have headphones. Back then it was you need to have those big things on your ears to cover a whole lot of. That was what I have on. So when she said he greeted me and I didn't hear, so I have to take everything out to hear what he said. And then he was, do you know that because of all these things, we don't see the nice side of people anymore. So I was, what do you mean, sir? And then he was like, gone are the days if you enter the train and coming to work, you can hear people will tell you how they spend their weekend, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily by it because you can the trend. So because nobody is busy listening to no Walkman and nobody is busy listening to
We've
playing games
turned
on
we've
their
turned
phone and all
inward.
that.
We've turned inward. It's not out
Exactly.
anymore.
You
Yeah.
you see everybody talking to you. My weekend was this. Oh, so this is what I did. Are you ready for the day, huh? Like
Mm-hmm.
little conversations to keep you moving before you get in. So when you
Mm-hmm.
get in, you are in that mood. But we have tends to be now when you enter the train, all you see is everybody being on their phone. Others are playing games. So even when you say hi, they wouldn't even look into your eyes to say hi. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Which is very, very true. And now it's
Mm-hmm.
even worse.
Sometimes I feel that some of the young ladies have been misled into a ditch. Some do wake up from the dream to reality. Bam, bam.
Oh
Thank
yes,
you.
for sure.
You got it.
For
Yeah, it
sure.
is true. It is true.
Mm-hmm,
Uh,
yeah.
these situations, sometimes you can advise people, but they won't listen. They have to have
Mm-hmm.
the experience. And if you are not careful, the experience, you might not even recover from it. But we pray that people will get the message before they hit that ditch, right?
We do pray so. It's
So I'll go on to the lost woman.
okay.
Yaba is very beautiful. She speaks to my ears. She talks the talk and the walk. Okay, Yaba, over to you. And Amajo, he was asking you a question. Do you love the Canada winter? You are in New York. Don't you have a lot of snow there too?
I've been in Canada for so many years. So
Yeah.
whether I love it or not, no,
Or
I
not,
have
you are here,
embraced it.
right? Yeah. So we'll go
Yeah.
to the lost woman. The lost
Okay.
woman who does not know who she is, being
Mm-hmm.
blown by being blown any which way by every wind. Your identity is in Christ alone. He knows you by name, my dear. Dear woman, rise from the ashes of your life. He is giving you beauty for ashes. He sees you and knows you intimately more than you know yourself. He will lift you from the pit and bring you to a place of peace, safety, and joy. He will cradle you in his arms and sing over you with his love. That is the only love you need, the precious and unfailing love of your loving Father. If you want
Awesome,
to.
Atia. But that is the Lord. But Atia, what if you don't know the Lord?
Well, if you no, let's talk about okay, let's talk from the beginning, then we can come to the Lord question, right?
Okay.
So we are talking about a woman who's blown any which way.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your take on that? Like what do this person, they don't know anything that comes, they are into it. Like what happens to what do you have to say on those kinds of people?
Well, I see those kind of people to be very lost.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are lost because imagine it's like you're a you are. It's like you want peace. What did he say? I think it's
So
like
you
you
want
are
peace
in.
of you want peace of mind. I'm
Mhm.
not perfect. If I got so far as it drawn to my attention, I'll be the first to make things right. Okay. Oops.
No, another one.
No, that was it.
Oh, okay.
That was the last one. For that. Okay, let me see. Yeah.
Auntie,
You were
yeah, there,
saying,
there is a moment like that for everybody when you can feel so lost. You find yourself in a jungle or
mm-hmm,
at fork crossroad where you don't even know
mm-hmm,
which direction to turn, right?
mm-hmm,
I think that actually is not for only women that have found herself to be so lost and doesn't know where to
mm-hmm.
turn to, but oops, sorry.
Carry
So
on.
so so in that aspect, I can relate.
Mm-hmm,
You you can find yourself in a situation where you feel that you don't even know where to turn to or what to call on or whatever, and
mm-hmm,
then when you find yourself like that, it's like your mind is completely blocked. You are not
Mm-hmm.
really thinking straight,
Mm-hmm.
and you you wish you wish the Lord is gone and it's still there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not, if you don't have a character like me who can just say, "Hey, shake it off and wake up and do your thing,"
Yeah.
then
So basically, right, some of these
mm-hmm,
people that we are talking about, it's almost like sometimes
mm-hmm.
they are lost because they don't have any sense of direction or purpose in
Yes,
life, right? You
yes,
can be a young girl, maybe you are 15, whatever age, and there's
mm-hmm,
so much going on in your life. There's no
mm-hmm,
help from any which way. Maybe your
mm-hmm,
parents don't have it. So then you get into these situations of, oh,
mm-hmm.
okay, Papa way bepe, oh, yeah, Papa way yeah, or Penya says they want to marry you. So
Yeah,
because of
you have
family
no choice.
policy,
Mm-hmm,
you have no choice. You go into
mm-hmm.
it and boom, okay.
Yeah,
Or it's like you yourself, maybe
yeah,
there's no father around. Your mother too
mm-hmm,
is busy. She's pregnant and she too, she's looking for
yeah,
the men to come and look after the her children or whatever. So that is
yeah,
what you see. So you also may think that that is the way to go. Or maybe
yeah,
you are just an ordinary person. Yes, you are in this family. It's a well-to-do family, but nobody pays you
uh-huh,
any mind. Nobody is directing you.
yeah,
So
I,
anybody,
yeah,
people like that, anybody who comes along and say, hey, let me show you this, because they haven't really been sat down and talked to or seen anything,
right,
they'll just follow. And
yeah,
maybe the directions wherever these so-called friends are taking you may not be the best for you. Or if you
mm-hmm,
had somebody having some faith in you, believing in you, you'd say, no, this is not me. I won't do this. So
yeah,
sometimes, because of your situation, you don't know how to say yes or no. Your people can people can force you or bully you into doing things you don't want to do.
yeah. Auntie, there was once I heard it saying your father attended McGill in Montreal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Hmm.
think if you know Montreal very well, meaning you know Dawson College. I was I was
I
forced.
don't. Oh, anyway, carry on. Hmm.
I was forced. I was forcing myself to do nursing at all costs back then. So
Hmm.
I was taking my exams at Dawson College because this is Dawson College. It's not too far from McGill. So that
Hmm.
is why I
I don't
wanted to
know.
share
I don't
this
know which
story.
Montreal is, so I was just born
Oh,
there.
okay, okay. Oh,
So,
all right then. So,
mhm.
and you have you ever taken the Montreal train? Have you taken the train? We
No,
have
no,
one
we
of the
didn't take
most
the train.
no. Oh,
Hmm.
okay then. We have
Hmm.
this long train lines,
Okay, you carry
which
on.
is very fun. So
Oh, okay.
it's I took the test twice and I failed, so I couldn't get in. And I think
Hmm.
it was really stressing me out.
Hmm.
So and I wasn't even paying attention that is what was stressing me out. But this is what I think happened to me. I would take the train as soon as I get to the bus, I get up from the bus, I would just enter the train station and take the train. But I realized that I normally forget where I'm getting at. That I will sit in that train and it will take me to the last end. Then I'll come back. And just as a Ghanaian, it's like being stressed or being lost in the middle is not it's not our portion. That's what we tell
Mhm,
ourselves. Oh, is that not
mhm,
this? Being for you to say stress, say yeah, bro, for life and yeah, your life. Is that not what we say? So I go. I was how come I didn't remember to get off there? And then
it's
I
a
would
real
take the and then I would take it. I'm coming back.
so we have heard Nana Ko say.
and then I would take it and I'm coming back. And then I will come back without getting up at where I'm supposed to then and they'll take me
Oh,
back.
mhm.
And before I realize time is all gone, I'll get off and go. It happened to me twice before I realized that something is before I realized that something is really wrong with me and I have to just I will take a different direction. So those are the things. It you just feel way out of control without knowing exactly what is wrong with you until maybe you wake yourself out or something
Yeah.
wake you up. So the
Yeah.
reason why I said, what if you don't know God? Because I think I ended up crying myself over, and then after that, I prayed over it and said, okay, it didn't work, so do something else. So,
But
yeah.
the question that you asked, Crapo, is interesting. I mean, I'm not going to focus so much on this. I want to read we have two comments that I want to read, but
Okay.
what you are saying, that what if you don't know God? It's making
Mm-hmm.
me think because we've talked about this before that
Mm-hmm.
we say we are a Christian former, we
Christian.
know God, right?
Yes.
And look at us. And then the people who came to bring us the Nyamisumno, there's people,
Mm-hmm.
even we're not to even go there, there's people who don't know, who are not Christians or Bible, whatever people, they are other things, but they are successful. So what
Mm-hmm.
principles did they get, or on what principles did they build their success? It's very basic.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work hard, you have to have a plan, like those kinds of things. But sometimes we refuse to do those things. So we are stuck where
Mm-hmm.
we are. Let me
Right.
read Mr. Kidd's comments. Men are usually influenced by what they see. Men drive getting accidents or slaps from their wives because of eyeing big bum. Women are influenced by what they hear. If you say you are a
Yes.
president, and some are easily deceived. It's true. And
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah.
Yapa says, finding oneself lost. Some 10 years back, that would be me. That would be me. But now I've learned to hear my mind. So I'm able to watch myself from within, maybe, and realize the situation I'm in to rectify
Mm-hmm.
if necessary. So I'm able to control negative events. That's it right there.
Yes, that's it. It's true.
If
You
you
just
if you
have to
don't know who you
recognize. Yeah.
are, some of us are just walking through life mindlessly. I mean, I just
Yes.
put it out broadly because, oh, Fekuboya Fahayanko, you are not stopping to look at your life. Oh,
Yeah.
that is this what I should be doing? Should I be going to funeral every Saturday or running here, there? This we don't like to reflect, or we just think we are here and I'm alive. So I get up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work, I come home, I'm going to my church, I'm this. We don't think of other things or ask ourselves, is there more? Oh,
Yeah.
we brought this up already. Is there more that I could be doing? So um
Mm-hmm.
it's basic law of the world, which we think it's always in the Bible. The law of karma is not in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So this lost, like if you have your values, you know what you stand for. It helps you not to get so lost. But if you don't have anything to measure your life by, or any standard or any goal, then you'll just be drifting, drifting, drifting.
Yeah. Yeah.
My only defense over here is I do more reading. That's good. Good reading is good, but
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even have time to read. More.
Well, technologies have made it easier for us
Yeah,
by just
audio.
listening for free.
Listening.
Yeah. I
So
enjoy
yes.
the audio books.
Do you have anything to say about all these? To summarize all these topics from last week and this week, these the different types of personalities that we have talked about, or
We said
summary.
a Yeah, we said a lot last time, but if
Mm-hmm.
I should summarize it, I would say the part that I really want to hit on is lack of motivation and how lack of listening to each other, and
Mm-hmm.
how I mean uh, sharing our experience with each other has affected us, because we have turned out to be people who who doesn't want to tell our stories for others to
Mm-hmm.
listen, and
Mm-hmm.
there is no example for anybody to follow. That is why there is so much of a mess among us. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to around this place, a lot of people have placed their a lot of stories into books for others to read. For
Yes. Yes.
example, you
Yes.
reading this book,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't have such things. If people that came out to do something, I don't even know if we are hanging up to the old time histories. We don't. I don't think there is. They said Nana Kodedu wrote a book. I'm not sure if it came out for anybody to read.
Mm.
And this new lady who wrote a new book recently, I wish to have one of her books to read. But it's just that we have turned out to people since we were told just keep quiet and don't talk, just keep
Mm-hmm.
quiet and don't talk. It has come to a point whereby things that we were supposed to put in for I'm not done. Things that we are supposed to put in for others to just listen to and
Mm-hmm.
pick something from, it's not there anymore, but rather
Mm-hmm.
come and talk about somebody and let's discuss. This is what
Mm-hmm.
is way over there. If not, recently, the big pastor who is a car, um, who made cars and all that, the pastor, Crystal man, who was bitterly insulted by this girl in Ghana. I'm saying
Oh.
that this man have a platform, and since Ghanaians will not invite him that much into their shows for them to talk about their stories. I mean, what they did, how they make it up to this way for the generation to listen to and know that, oh, this is what they did. If you also do it this way, it will be better for us to grow. Since all those are not there, we are not projecting all those things, but rather it's just these look beautiful for a man to get a house or a car, which we have painted as an achievement. Because this is what we see as an achievement now. To me, that is not achievement for me. Something that somebody gave you is not an achievement. It's not a reward. But those are the things we are projecting. I think it would be better we listen to stories. We listen to people's truth, not just stories, but their truth. The fact that they came up with, or something, the other side, something that we can learn
Mm-hmm.
from and move and see the way forward from, rather than just be I don't know, Hatia. So to summarize all these things, we have to.
Yes.
I think I'm all over the place. I think that I'm so
Okay, I'll give you a break. Let me read a few comments and then you can conclude. The above said, true, know your values, respect others, learn to give and help others, learn to apologize when necessary, appreciate life and what you have. Don't be jealous or envy of small, small rules. Let me
well.
see. And then few Ghanaians have a show. Ain't nobody got time for them except until yeah. Mm. No, we don't want to listen. Even what you are saying, Amajo, what you are saying, right? You can find in this environment, you can find somebody. Like I was part of a Christian women blog before I did my first book, and I remember one lady had a book that came out that she had been caught in sexual trafficking. So she came to the Lord. She was able to whenever whoever however she managed to escape. I don't remember, but she came out and she felt she had to tell her story. So she put it in a book, and and people can relate to that because it's still going on in the society, right? But with us,
Yes.
they'll shame you, they'll shame you, like this person that you mentioned, right? And I'm not saying he would, but I'm saying broadly speaking, the way we are in the society, even if you want to go ask somebody some questions to come and sit on your platform, maybe the things that you go through, you don't know. Hey, may a penny mo to say, me met na hankasa. Like we haven't set up that we haven't set ourselves up that way. And I don't know if anybody is looking at turning that around, because for me right now, sadly, what I see on these platforms, when you go into any platform, insults, bad grammar,
Everywhere.
bad, something is wrong. Something is so wrong with us. So
It's so
and
sick, and
nobody
it's
nobody is
hypocritic.
looking at it as a people. So I ask myself, when did we go so low, degenerate to this level of insult, because we don't know how
I
to discuss or
I
have
hear
a
you see now. Now you're asking my questions again. I've been asking
oh
you this. When did we
No,
tell
no,
them
no,
to be such people?
no, 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 no. Mm-mm.
It's really sad. It's really, really sad.
And I mean, it's very disturbing. It's disturbing, and you ask yourself, what has happened to us? Is this our mindset? It seems to be a collective mindset. All you see is, if I don't agree with you, let me insult you. Or if you make a comment, the person comes and said, oh, you said this, and I go, look here, I wasn't talking to you. This is Somebody did it to me recently. I went and made a comment on somebody's wall, and they come and I say, look, did you hear me say this? And I said, you know what? I said, Mopes, I wrote it in here. I said, Mopes, Adodo, you are not going to stop me from expressing myself. Every time we want to shut people up, we don't want people to talk. You know, my dear, we need to stop watching them and they'll get air viewers. This is not what even it's a comment to write. Somebody you write
Oh,
we don't have respect for each other. Look, we are
no,
not the
no,
same.
as
We
yeah,
would all be clones of each other,
no,
like one person.
no, no,
We don't think the
no.
same way.
But
Even if something wrong,
Pastor
we
Yaba,
come
if
and
we
insult
don't watch them, if we
you.
keep ignoring them, it's still good. We have to watch them to see the mess that is going on out there. So we can talk about it as we are sitting here doing. Hopefully,
Yeah.
some of them will listen. Because the more ignore it, the more it get. We have ignored a lot, and I think it's also affecting us in a way because we were not seeing anything wrong with it when it started, and now it's getting out of
That's another.
hand.
Mm,
When we get a platform, we should use it for to say something good, something well, something better, something that will better somebody's life, rather than we should just use it to just gossip about people and just
mm,
talk bad about people out there, and
mhm.
it's not helping anybody. Our generations coming, I fear so much for them. Is ours any better? No. But if theirs is worse, then where are we leading? Because ours was not any better. We seem to see everything that is happening now very,
So
very wrongly.
but there's still people who will go see it. And it seems a lot of people are not interested in learning better things. They degenerate to, cat fights. This person is insulting that person. Let's go there and see. And that's all that we seem to be interested in. Hmm.
We should learn how to listen to people's truth. Mhm, mhm. I'm used to cold in America by now.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, like we've been saying, this topic was about dear woman, God sees you in your brokenness. So we talked about
Yes,
different types of women, the tired women. Yeah, that is true.
the
She says
broken
she can't get
woman.
by. It's raining. Yeah, 2 minutes and I'm out because I'm like, oh, insults, right? The tired woman, the abused woman, the perfectionist, the lonely woman, the people
Yeah,
pleaser, the go-getter, the woman whose body is broken by physical and or mental sickness, the bitter and
right.
defeated woman, the attention-seeking woman, the siren, and the lost woman. So basically, all we are doing is we're just trying to talk about the different issues that we go through. So we define some of these personalities and had a discussion. And we are all in the process of learning. We are not here saying that we know everything or we've arrived. We learn from each other. We come and we share. So we hope that whoever comes and listens after will also get something out of it. It's a two-part series. So if you chance upon this one, know that there was one the week before. So scroll through on the feed reflections for a Thirsty Soul page and you will find the part one. And so, well, thank you so much, Amajo. I'll let you know too that we are taking a break. Today is our last day for a while. We'll be back on January 24th. Since Reflections for a Thirsty Soul came out in April, yeah, Russell and I, and then Amajo joined us later. We've been having lives almost every week. So we thought it fitting that we take a break, rest, and then come back next year. Let me see what Mr. G said. People are using social media to make a lot of money. Yes, but Ghanaians are using it for insults, showing nakedness, fake, borrowed clothes. Thank you. It's a good thing and a bad thing, but thank you, Yaba. And then Akose said, everyone, please get your copy of the book. Much, much appreciated. Yes, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. So, we can learn. YouTubers are, influencers. They're out there doing all kinds of things. And, it's the year 2020. And if this is the kind of mindset that we have, it's really, really very
Yeah,
sad. Even
very.
today, I was on, what do you call it? This was a pastor talking about something, and people were insulting over there. And finally, I had to write. So in Ghana right now, nothing is sacred, like no respect, only insults.
No,
Like
no,
what?
that
What
that
is
is the
that? What?
painful part.
Happened? What
That is the
happened?
painful part. And me, who is always up with children, all like the question I keep
Because they don't know how
asking,
to make the money.
generations coming.
Hmm.
How to make them. All that
Yeah.
I'm saying is generations coming. What are they learning? If ours is
Yeah.
like this, what is coming? What will be the next 20, 30 to 40 years to come? How is it going to
Mhm.
be?
Yeah.
It's quite worried. It's
Yeah.
very, very worried.
Well.
But hey,
Yes. Merry Christmas. He said
Merry
Merry Christmas
Christmas
and
to
advance Happy New Year.
everyone.
Sure. Okay, so
Have a
thank you.
happy,
Merry
happy
Christmas. Be
Christmas, and
comfortable,
then we will see you next
stay safe,
year.
and obey all rules of lockdown. Yeah,
2021, maybe we will say bye bye to COVID.
yeah, we hope.
Hopefully.
Thank you
Bye
guys. Take care.
bye.
Bye-bye.